to our channel, Loving Handcrafts by BMW. This is Brenda. So today I'm going to start with a project that I've set up in Design Space. It is a Martin Luther King Day shadow box project that I wanted to do in commemoration or observance of Martin Luther King Day. So this is a very much a 100% Cricut project. Usually I try to bring projects that use my Cricut and then some other crafting supplies or tools that I have in my craft room, but this is 100% all on Cricut project, cut by the Cricut machine, set up in Design Space. But it is using things that I have on hand, such as my cardstock. You're going to need, so let me just start with the supplies. So for this project, you will definitely be needing some cardstock, some vinyl, and for this project, and some acetate, some glue, and some foam squares. So let me show you the elements of the box to begin with, or the image inside the box. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Let's see. So to start with, this is a layered project. So I'm going to click on this. And I knew I wanted to do an American flag, and I knew I wanted to superimpose a image of Martin Luther King on the flag. And then use a quote, of course. So I went in and looked for things that said American flag or American shadow box, something to that effect when you're in Design Space and you're looking at projects. So this is the one that I selected. And the reason I selected that is because I wanted a circle. And it already had the elements that I was looking for. So it had the eagle in the foreground and the flag in the background. So when you're thinking about setting up this project, I was trying to look for images or shadow box projects that had what I was looking for, the aesthetic, what I was looking for. So it had everything that I needed. Of course, there are other options, but this is the one I selected. Let me go back to my stuff and open it back up. Okay. So let me do this. Let me customize it, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about when I put it all together. So there was a little work I had to do in Design Space. Okay, so that's what it looks like. So let me just take it apart. This is my acetate layer. So what you would want to do is decide how big you want your image. So how big do you want your shadow box to start with? Initially when I designed this, I did an 8x8. So everything was scaled up to 8x8, but I actually redid it for 6x5. So it's basically a square. And so my box, I'll show you in another area, the actual frame is 6x5. So I moved this down by an inch. So everything is 6.4 ultimately. So this is my acetate layer. Boom. This is another layer. So this is an image of Martin Luther King that was in Design Space under Images. And then this was the actual flag. So remember, this flag had the eagle. So let me see if I can add that image back to here. So here you go. So I'm going to show you what I did. I'm just going to add it. And I didn't do much to this. So it came in at 11 by 5 inches. And I'm going to just leave it like it is. So you can see that this layer came in grouped. And it has several layers. The layer that I do not want is the topmost layer, and I don't want that. So let me see if I can just, whoop, don't want that one. See, don't want that one, maybe. I gotta find the right one. Let's see. I don't want that one. And I don't want that one. Okay. So those are the layers that I did not want. So you can hide them. I'm going to hide them first, and now I'm going to delete them because I don't want them at all. So now I'm left with 3 layers. The background layer, which is the white layer behind. The stripe layer, which is for red, white, and blue, and then the star layer. So that's what I did. So again, there wasn't a lot of stuff that I needed to do. I'm going to get those back together. So I'm hitting my shift key and I'm using the layers panel because I want to get them back aligned, center. And now that I know my ultimate size is going to be, my frame per se is going to be 6.5, then I'm going to go ahead and downsize this to 6.5 inches. And I don't know if it did that. Let me make sure I did it right because it did 3. So 6.5. There we go. Whoop, and it didn't grab all. So let me go back. And you can group it at this point, but just make sure you grab all 3 layers. 6.5. There we go. So that's my ultimate size. Then I'm just going to go down 1 tick because I need it to be smaller than the frame so it'll fit in the frame. So this is what I cut out in cardstock. So I have my red, white, and blue layer. So for all the other stuff, I'm just going to clean up because I don't need all this other stuff from the eagle. I don't need any of that because I'm not using the eagle. So that's step 1. Then step 2 was, okay, I know I want to have an image of Dr. King on this, superimposed. So I went back to images. And then and there's several that you can select. You don't necessarily have to use this image. You could have simply did this one. Let's just look at this one for fun. It's not what I used, but I'll add it. And see how he's just floating here? You could have used this one. It's a little rectangle. It's going to be a little weird. But let's see if we can clean it up. And actually, this would work too because I'm going to put this layer on acetate. And so that would work as well. I might make it a tad bit smaller, just a little bit. Just 1 inch. There we go. And then you could have this as your acetate layer. So if I was going to do this one, I like that, MLK, I have a dream. That works just fine. And that could be all in black. And then what happens is your acetate layer will be clear. So you want to make sure your acetate layer is the same size as your insert. This is what I'm calling it. So basically this would go on top of this, and this would be your very first top layer. So now in this iteration, I did do 2 acetate layers. So I'm going to duplicate this again because I need 2, and I'll show you why. So this is what this would look like. You wouldn't attach this to the acetate layer because you want the square to cut out, and then you want this to cut out in vinyl, and then this would be all in your colored cardstock. So your red, white, and blue cardstock. And now we make a fine setup. So, but I'm going to group it. And then I'm just going to add it here. So just imagine if this was clear, then you could see, you're going to see the flag. And that's how that would look. But I selected for this image, and then what I envisioned is I didn't want to use I Have a Dream because everybody uses that. But I used this image here, and this is basically, I did in white vinyl. Oops, let me make it a little bit smaller. And so I have that placed about here. So now I have my vinyl layer. So this would be the vinyl layer, and then this would be a white layer in vinyl. So it just depends. Now the good news is that you can use this kind of concept to make other shadow boxes, and actually change the insert. So that was the concept, and that was what I executed on. But then you're saying, okay, Brenda, do I have to do a frame? Now, I don't know about you, but the shadow box frames are pretty expensive, and could be quite an expensive thing if you're going to give these as gifts or do multiples. So I went into Design Space, and I wanted to cut it from cardstock. So let me show you what that looks like. This is and this is what I selected for mine. So I'm going to click on Customize. And the work is already done, especially if you have Design Space and you have Cricut Access. So the way that I did this was I was looking for something really simple. And this is the bottom or the base, and then this is the top. So I cut this out separately. I don't know why. Oh, yeah, it's missing some lines here. There are just some rogue lines. And this is why I did cut out two acetate layers, because I wanted to have the cutout, just be like like glass. So I wanted that look. So in images, you can click on images, and then I just typed shadow box frames. And then you can kind of look and see what's available and what fits your aesthetic. And let me see if I just click on this one at the front. Let's go back to this one. And then you can view more and explore more. There are a lot of shadow boxes in here that have been uploaded that are similar or to what you're looking for. So you just have to explore. So I just did let's see, this is a 3D. Whoops, let me retype that. 3D shadow box frame, because I knew I wanted to cut it out of cardstock. Not finding what I was looking for to get you here. So let's go back to home. Let's go back to bookmarked. And let's do box. So we'll see what I have boxed. And no, of course it doesn't come up. Yeah, I was hoping it would just pop up. But I'm not going to bore you with all of that. Let me go back. Let's see if okay. Well, in any case, I cut this out. Now, when you click on Make It, let's do this. I probably have some rogue lines, some rogue cut lines, like I'm missing my cut lines. They're supposed to be here, so let me fix that real quick. Cancel. So I didn't attach these. So when I use this particular this particular item, for whatever reason, the person who uploaded this or created this template did not have cut lines in the corners, and I don't know why, but you're going to need these lines here. So the dash lines are the score lines to help you score and fold those. And then these are the cut lines to help you cut in the four corners. Just didn't have it on there. I don't know why. I have no clue. So I had to add them. Bring to the front. Make sure it's in the front. And then I just lined it up as best I could here. And then attach. Said they're attached, but they're not. And let me make sure that's attached. And let me make sure that's attached and then attached. So they should all be there. That's not attached and that's not attached. So let's make sure everybody's attached. And they're red now. But that's okay because it's going to be one color. So let's click make. And so this is going to be the lid, and then this is going to be the base. So that's the process. Let me go back and do the other one. So let's go when we go to make it. Now this extra acetate layer makes more sense now. So if you click on make it or make, so old school, keep saying make it. This is your white layer for your base layer. That's your acetate layer. Then this is your white vinyl. It says injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. This is your black. This would be my black vinyl layer. And then your red and blue layers. And then you just go ahead and cut it out. When I cut this out, so when I cut this out, this was on medium cardstock. But when I cut out the this box, I used heavy cardstock because I have some heavy cardstock from Nina. And I don't think my thing is open. I always forget to do that. Let me go turn on my machine. I always forget to do that. Redo that. I hate when I do that, you guys. I just absolutely hate it. But you know, then you learn. Now you can't use your Joy. I wouldn't recommend using your Joy Extra for this because you really, if you're going to use heavy cardstock, then you're gonna want to use your scoring wheel. If you don't have a scoring wheel, you can use the scoring stylus if you edit. It just won't be as deep an impression for your scoring wheel. But I did use the scoring wheel for this, and it worked out just fine and under more pressure just for that for that one. And then for this, when I go and make this vinyl layer, you have to make sure, let me hit continue, that you change your material settings from paper to vinyl. And then I used what I had in my stash. I used some smart vinyl because I had some left over. It's the Cricut brand. So, what? Or if you don't have smart vinyl, you can just use whatever vinyl you have of your choice. And so that takes care of that. For that, yeah, I think it says cancel. I think it has my other, using my other machine. So let me take you to my surface. And then let me show you the results. So makes more sense now that you see it put together. We're going to be putting one together because I did cut out two. This was just like my prototype. So let me show you the box that I'm talking about. That is your frame. So this becomes your frame that I cut out. And that's why you want to use sturdy cardstock. Pretty sturdy cardstock. And then there's the acetate layer. I tried to clean the acetate and end up streaking it, but that would be, and then you're going to glue this together. So that takes care of the base. Now, the good thing I like about this is if you wanted to switch out themes or seasons or do something different, you have this as the insert, and you can take this out and reuse this. And you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Now, if you're going to, of course, if you're going to give it as a gift, then you would make a new one. But I like the idea of you being able to reuse this whole setup. So then, I don't know if you can see it, but this is the layer. I didn't lay down the vinyl good. Doing vinyl is not my favorite thing to do. I rarely do vinyl projects, but I can do them. But I think I'm going to ask Willie to put down the vinyl because I don't like it. So, and then I have some foam squares in between the layers. Now, this is a very forgiving project. This, even if you don't get things lined up, because you have this framed part here, you don't have to worry that any of your boo-boos or you don't get things lined up here is going to show. If I was giving this to someone as a gift, then I would be making sure that I had the white adhered to here and kind of closing this up, like putting a little tape or something on here just to close it up. But that was my thought. So let me show you the individual pieces that we're working with. There's the blue layer. Here's the blue. So here are the pieces cut out. Well, let me make sure I got it lined up right, because now it looks all weird. Okay. Why does this? Oh, this is one of these is upside down. Something's upside down. Okay, there we go. No. Okay, Brenda. Why is this acting weird? There we go. Not sure what happened. I cut both pieces out. So, what happened? Let me work on that. So, as you can see, I had to recut this because somehow this image got flipped when I cut it out and I didn't notice it. So I went back and recut it. So now everything looks like it's supposed to look. So you have your white layer for your background layer, your red layer for your stripes, and then your blue for your stars. I'll put that to the side. Then here are my 2 layers of acetate. And this is the layer of vinyl. So Willie's going to be demonstrating how to apply the vinyl because I was really bad at it. It was really bad. I got bubbles. It was just really, really bad. And Willie usually lays the vinyl down, so he's going to do that today. And so we're going to use 1 acetate for this part. We're going to glue that like this. And you don't want to lose your acetate, so I'm going to put it on there. So that acetate is going to cover and be my frame, like my window. And then the other acetate is going to be used to get this in. Now, I could have done print then cut, but I like the idea that this is on an acetate. And I'm going to have to clean the acetate because it's going to have fingerprints and everything, but we're going to get the vinyl adhered. So let me get that set up and I'll be right back. Okay, so I forgot to mention that you will be needing some transfer tape. So I have some transfer tape that I had, and I've placed the transfer tape over the image, which Willie's going to burnish.
My varnishing, you're trying to get it completely sticky to it. We got a good grip without any opening spots over every piece you got in there.
And you're going to varnish them the front.
We're going to go front and back. Hit every little angle, every little piece on there, so everything comes off evenly, hopefully.
And hopefully we won't have any bubbles. Willie has more patience than me.
Just go from line to line to ensure you get the whole thing.
No, make sure you're in frame, so you got to go up a little bit better.
Just to make sure you get the whole thing. Just go from line to line as you see it on here. Go all the way across every spot. Because it's really crazy when you try to pull it off. Turn it back over. One more time. Just for necessary precautions. Go with the angle of it. Keep pushing. And I think we're about there.
So you're going to test it, right?
I'm going to do a test. To start trying to pull from one angle.
You're going to just flip it over.
I'm going to flip it over. And now what we're going to do is try to pull here to see if we can keep the print on there.
The image on the transfer
I'm not
tape.
getting it there. Which I'm not getting it there. Sometimes you guys just trial and error until you get it in there right.
Scraper tool.
Now we see we're not getting it. Turn it over, try to get the best part you can on there. You want it to stick good.
And the transfer tape is reusable, so you can use it multiple times. But the more you use it, the less sticky it is each time. But you should be able to varnish it really well.
Alright, let's try it again, y'all.
So the idea being when you turn it over is you're releasing the image from the backer and trying to keep it on to, get it started with your nail. Sometimes you have to give it a little bit of love.
Let's see if we go from this angle.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, we got a little bit on it now.
Yeah.
Now, as you can see, I'm going slow.
Yeah, it's good. You got to be careful when you get to the center because
Can't
of the
touch
eyeballs.
it because of eyeballs and everything.
Yeah, no, other way, baby.
So, we're going to go slow with it. Don't be in a rush.
Yeah, you can do it at a diagonal too.
Don't be in a rush. I'm just trying to get every angle on there to make sure I got it on there. Now, before I get to that, I want to get down to here to make sure that when I start getting to the eyes or the other parts of the face, that it all comes out evenly. Trying to keep my hands off of here as much as I can. And I can see where...
Here, let me give you a little persuader.
Right here. We're trying to go across.
Remember how you just roll it on itself?
We're just trying to roll it.
Okay,
So now we got... Here we go. Let's work together.
Okay.
Try to get that down in there.
Yep, there you go.
Down in there. That one over there as well. That's the other one.
I got it.
The other eye. Nope. Okay, now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking at. Up here. Hold on.
Sometimes, this is why I don't like vinyl.
I can't see it.
I can see it from my angle.
Okay.
Willie can't see it, but I can get that.
Okay, there you go.
So you want it all to come up.
Just keep going slowly. Just to make sure. Go up top there.
Right there. Cricut vinyl is
Going
okay.
slow.
It's not my favorite.
Slow. That's why I came from that direction. To make sure that we don't have any more oops up in there. From the back side.
Well,
right there. It's coming. It's coming now. Let me go back over where I was at.
Get back in frame, Willie.
And get back over here.
Yeah.
Get over there. Get right there.
Right there.
I tend to move a lot when I do things.
There you go.
So, here we go.
All right, and that's the result that you want. You can discard that.
This is what you want.
Okay.
This is what you want with minimum bubbles as possible.
Well, wait, no,
As you can see.
So it's going to be sticky on this side. Oh, and look at his eyeball.
Yeah. It'll press down once you get it on there. It'll press down once you get it on there.
So now...
There you go.
No, you gotta. And now we're
This
gonna.
one it is. Go ahead.
We're gonna put the image on this. So that's what I need Willie to do.
Now we want to try to get this evenly on here.
Yep.
Put this on top of that one.
Yeah. However you want to do it.
I want to move this.
However you want to do it. I'm going to let you do it. Usually
We got to hold the ends.
you pull the vinyl. Usually you fold it over.
What's that?
The vinyl. You do it like a taco. Remember?
Not really. But I thought we wanted to put it on here.
Yeah, but here, hold on. Yeah, you do. But you got it. You want me to get something to keep it, and then you just fold it like that. And
Okay,
then
now I'm
spread it out.
gonna go like this.
You do it like that.
I want you to hold the ends.
Okay.
Because we want to get it even
Hold
in
on,
here.
hold on. Let me get my fingers.
I'm trying to get it even in here. Trying to get the.
You could have to. You might have to stand up.
I'm trying to see where I got my space at. My space is there. My space is there. It's gonna be a close one, y'all. Real close. I've already touched it, so now I'm on there.
Okay. Now get the varnish thing. And varnish off the.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and smooth it out. Smooth it out. Smooth it out. Hold on there. Let's get a little touch up here. The bubbles out. Just work your bubbles out. Work them towards the inside and out.
If it's such a big piece, you're gonna have bubbles.
But they can work themselves out.
Yeah.
They're gonna work themselves out. If not, you apply a little heat to them as well.
Or I've got you can poke a little hole too.
Yeah. It's taking time.
We don't do a lot of vinyl projects a lot, so it's a skill. It's definitely
As you can see, they're coming out as I slowly go through it.
Get that air trapped in.
Try to go to any open space that you can get the closest to. They're slowly coming. You look good up here. I'm gonna give those time to settle again. Like right over here. Keep on going. Over there.
Yeah, he's putting a lot. He got a heavier hand than I do. There's one other thing we have to do once he finishes doing this.
Okay. I just want to get this one. The other ones, they can work themselves.
And Willie had mentioned earlier that you could use a little, if you have a heat tool, you can heat up the vinyl, and that'll get rid of some of the air and the bubbles. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna poke a little hole in them and try to release the air that's trapped.
I'm getting away from the chin, and we're moving.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You getting it to the side, yeah.
We're moving good now. Well, we got them minimized here. We got them minimized so we can work with this. As you can see, those actually look like a couple of beard stubbles, so it wouldn't matter.
Beard stubbles.
So he did have a beard. So
He didn't have a beard, he had a mustache.
we had a mustache, but they never did see the beard stubbles. I was close to him, so here we go. We're looking good. There you go. I think we're off on this.
Oh, that's okay. Even if you're off,
You can still cut around it.
No, yeah, just pull it. Just release release paper. The transfer sheet. And there's a few bubbles.
Yeah. As you can see, I'm going slowly to make sure I don't remove anything else.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, you went up. Yeah, we're up a little bit high.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But we can always adjust that.
We can adjust that.
We
We're
can
going to cut that.
we just trim around
We're going
that.
to trim that. Yeah, we're going to trim around this. Because we didn't quite make it. We got a little bit of
Yeah,
gap.
that's what I was trying to do. So that's what it's hard when two personnel are working it.
Yeah. Let me see how bad it's going to look when I put it over here. Let's see. So this is what it's going to look like. It won't be too bad.
No, still good.
Yeah, it's still good. We're just going to cut that top off. I didn't have any registration marks, so it made it real difficult to see where you were supposed to line it up because we were eyeballing it. And I don't think Willie had the best angle. But if you have bubbles like that, you can use your nail, or you can use a pokey tool or something that's kind of sharp, and you're just going to poke little holes in it, into the vinyl to release the air that's trapped. And that's what I did with the other one. And then you can kind of work out the bubbles. Yeah, I don't know if you can see what I'm talking about. Let me put you up to the bubbles. So we'll just do that.
Y'all see what she's doing?
Yeah. You see any more, Willie?
Okay, to pull that up.
Right here?
Yeah. Make sure it's flat.
Oh, yeah, you can rub that out.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be perfect, y'all. It's a handmade gift. It's a handmade project. It does not have to be perfect. But you just we don't want the bubbles to mar your vinyl image. It's one of the reasons I'm not a big vinyl creator. Just look at the bubbles. It's the bubbles.
Okay.
I think I got most of them out. Let's see. I can bring you down a little closer so you can see them. You see some big ones?
I think you just went down.
Okay, yeah.
Don't want to overdo them.
Yeah. The biggest of them are gone. So that takes care of that one. And then there's the sentiment or the quote that's on white. And I'm going to have Willie cut. He's a better cutter than me. Can you cut that vinyl off at the top? Oh, wow. We really missed it.
Yeah. So let me see if I line this up here somewhat.
Yeah. See? No. But, yeah. See, you got a line right there.
Yeah, I see.
Just cut the... I'm going to keep the sizing. He's just going to cut the excess vinyl. He's better at cutting straight than I am in the video.
Just take your time.
He's not used to being on camera, y'all.
Yes, I am.
You forgot to be in frame, though, love. You gotta be in the frame.
Here we go.
There we go. Perfect. Okay. All right, now let me recheck my site. Oh, yeah. See? That's not going to hurt anything. You can barely see it.
Perfect.
Let's
Plus, with the frame around it, you will not see it around there.
do it this way. Okay.
With the frame around it, it's going to be perfect.
So,
Awesome job.
So, yeah. With the frame, you're not going to see that minor imperfection.
Yes.
So that means before I finish, and I have to put together the frame, I need to go ahead and put together
The words. And she does a great job on the words.
Right here.
This is her specialty.
Yeah. Justice got jacked up. So how did Justice get jacked up? Okay, yeah, it came up a little. All right. So when you're doing this, and I didn't show you how to weed it. I didn't figure you needed to see all of that. I got a small piece right here.
Okay.
So here's my little transfer tape. And I got this transfer tape from Amazon.
Which is her favorite friend.
Yeah. He's going to put me on Amazon Anonymous. Is that what you said?
Yes.
He's going to send me to Amazon Anonymous. And I just want to make sure I saw, trying to get, there's some kind of thing. I don't want anything trapped on my, inside on my transfer tape.
Yellow particles out of there.
Yeah. I don't know what's on here. Something got on here. So I'm trying to get the particles.
It looks pretty good now.
Okay.
Except for right here.
Yeah, that's a piece of string.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to do that like that. And I'm making sure that all of the
Letters
are covered. And then we're going to varnish. You want to come on this side?
I'm really stepping out of the picture.
We're going to varnish this really well. And you're going to do the front and then you're going to do the back.
Continue in slow motion with it.
Yep, you're going to go back and forth. Now this does require patience.
Which bundle has a little...
We're coming with vinyl, yeah. I just wanted yeah. It's okay now. Like I said, Cricut vinyl is not my favorite, but I'm using what I have. So then go buy additional vinyl. I have it, and so I'm gonna use it, but it would not be my go-to choice. But that's a personal preference. Nothing on Cricut. Okay, so you're going to go back and forth. And so the idea being is turn it over and make sure I have my little persuader. And then just make sure that the lettering or the image or whatever is on the transfer tape. And it moved.
It's real.
Yeah, this is
touch and go when you're doing small numbers.
Yeah, it is. I could have made the font a little bit bigger, but and if you're having trouble, that means I haven't varnished it good enough. So it looks like my eye got out of place. So let's keep varnishing because you want it to come up as easily as possible. So I am varnishing. I'll be back once I finish varnishing everything. Okay, so I got most of the lettering, if not all of it, up. So this is the patience part.
Hold this.
Yeah, Willie's holding it down for me while I varnish. Whoops.
Come back a little bit.
Yep, you got to make sure you get all the letters, and particularly if you're having the eye, you want to get the eye thing that's missing.
Really hard with a white on white background.
Yep, it is very hard. Okay, 2, and I'm missing some lettering. You just have to take your time.
And she has to go away from me as I pull this way.
I think I got everything.
Just gotta get the eye in over there.
There we
got
go.
It.
Boom.
There you go. You hold it.
Boom, shakalaka, laka, boom. I need to bring this eye down. It got
kind of hard.
Yeah, but it's coming. There you go. It's back in line. So there is everything on the transfer tape. And let me move this out the way.
Yeah, make sure you got it lined up right and the words are going in the right direction.
And then I'm going to look at my other one. So I had it about right here. Like right in
bottom
there.
end of the jaw.
Yep, on this jaw.
Out to the outside.
So we're going to fold. You're supposed to fold it like a taco.
Oh, that's what we're having today. That's right.
Yeah, we are having tacos. And then you lay it out. And then you varnish both sides.
Yeah.
And my injustice is a little crooked, but... And it looks...
That's why it's injustice.
It's injustice. It looks crooked because of the lines, but it's not. And then you just varnish that. And so then you're just be able to just pull this up and gently roll it back at an angle. Like I'm rolling it.
Something I told her a long time ago.
Yeah.
And bomb.
Boom. Okay, and then I'm going to put it back on this backer sheet because we can reuse this if I have another vinyl project without cutting it up anymore. Okay, so all of that is set, except we've got a little on this end. It's really crooked, but that's okay. We'll just...
You can blame it on Willie. I have a slight cold today.
That's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. You see it? Did I
Got
get
it.
everything? I got it? Yeah. Okay. So now that's taken care of that. So now what I'm going to do next is put together the frame. So we'll move that out the way. Police up my area. And then I've got my glue. So I've got my favorite glue, which is next. And I purposely left this not creased. And I am looking for my bone folder. But I'm looking for the big one. Oh, can you give me that one? That white one, the white thing.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I need. The scraper. So I'm gonna fold this back like so. I purposely didn't score this one so you guys could see me do it on camera. And I'm going to get my crease done like that. Make sure it's nice and crispy. And then I'm going to fold back my tabs. They don't have to be that creasy crease, but I'll varnish that down too. Alright, so now the idea being is you've got this going. You're going to be able to do these corners. So I'm going to fold it back on itself. And then I'm going to put glue on this tab here, starting in this area. Just a bead of glue. And then I'm going to fold this up and lock it in place. So then all I'm going to do is use my hand to align it. So I'm using my finger and then I'm just going to press and hold. If you want to do you could do a tape runner, but I don't. I use liquid glue. And it just sets up pretty neat. I'm going to do the other side as well. So a little dot of glue. I don't know what's on my glue. Glue's jammed. Little dot of glue right here. And then I'm going to use my finger to align it. Nothing like using all of your senses. And then I'll do the next one. So it's basically for the base, it's going to be the exact same idea. Put a little bit of glue on your tab. Fold it over. Use your hand to align. Oops.
Remember, the thicker the paper, the more glue you want to use. Yes.
So not necessarily, because the more glue you use, it can seep out on the sides.
Always be white now.
Yeah, true. And then I'll do this side. And then I'm gonna do the acetate, but I'm gonna use. So for the acetate layer, I will be using a tape runner. Let me pull it up a little. I will be using a tape runner that I got from scrapbook.com, just because I don't want the glue to seep out. But before I do that, I'm going to be looking at this, and I'm going to grab some alcohol to clean this, so I won't have any fingerprints. So I'll be right back while I grab that alcohol. Okay, so I got my alcohol spray, so I'm just going to clean this really quickly. And I don't have a clean microfiber cloth, so I'm using one of my Swiffer cleaners. I use this the Swiffer to do, yeah, that looks, I don't want to get any weird stuff on here. So I'm trying to clean it up as best I can. So I'm going to lay that over there to the side. And now I'm going to use my tape runner. So for the tape runner, my thought process was to make sure I get it close to the edge as possible and just run a bead of tape runner. And it's a dotted tape runner. I don't need a lot, just enough for the acetate to stick to the frame. It went off on the edge. And then that's it. That's all I need right there. Then I'm just going to fold that into here, and you've got enough room with your frame. And if you don't stick it down too hard, it doesn't stick, I'm able to pull it back up and get it repositioned. Hopefully. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. It came right on out. Because I really want it to be in pretty nice. So I'm going to make sure I'm not too up too far down. Perfect. There we go. Now my frame's in. Now that is done. And that's what it looks like. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this. So bear with me as I glue these sides together. And the next step is once I get this going, then I can go ahead and now put together my layers, and I'll show you how that works. So this is just me lining up everything, and I can do 2 sides at once before the glue dries. And remember, this is a 6, the size of this base is 6 by 6, and the size of the actual insert is what I'm calling it, is 6 by 4. So it all works out just fine. And again, this is really heavy cardstock. And of course, you can go buy a frame at your local craft store. You don't have to make one. But this is economical. Since I didn't have to go buy a frame, it's really more economical to make one. And it gives you, you know, you get to use some of your supplies.
But you have so many of.
I know, stop, Willie. Oh, I got that. Didn't let that set up. And it doesn't take long for this glue, the Barely Art Craft Glue. Barely Art Precision Craft Glue. Let me give its full name to set up really well. Okay, so now that's all together. I'm going to lay that to the side. So let's talk turkey about this. So this is my setup. This is how it's going to look. So when you get ready to do this, you're going to set it up, put the layers like you want it, and you're going to lay it to the side. Let me move everything. But you also want to do some foam tape to add some dimension to the layers. So this is my bottom layer. And that's why you're laying it to the side, so you can get the layering right and everything is facing the right direction. And you don't have to use a lot, but I'm going to go ahead and lay down a bead of foam tape closest to the edges I can make it. Grab my scissors. And then the idea being, every layer that you do, you'll put the foam tape in the approximately in the exact same spot. And like I said, it doesn't have to go all the way to the corner, but I'm trying to get it as down to the bottom as possible. And then I'm going to continue that for every layer. This is a pretty quick project. I think the most part is just figuring out what image you want to use for your what am I calling the insert. And that should take me to the top. And that's my bottom layer. And then I'm going to pull this off. And, oops, it usually comes off better than that. There we go. Put that up to the top. So I won't be falling on the floor. And then also, I'm going to use a layer of liquid adhesive so I can make sure that my next layer is kind of lined up pretty good. I don't think Willie's ever, he's the first time watching me do all of this. I'm usually in here by myself, and Willie's doing his thing, and I'm in the craft room doing my thing. So it's nice to have company.
Yeah. It's close to football time, so you good.
I'm good. It's not on yet.
It's about.
Okay. So to give yourself a little bit of grace, you can use a bead, not too much, but just a little of liquid adhesive on the foam tape. And I'm not using a lot of foam tape. I just need a little bit of room or in between the layers just to give it a little bit of dimension. And then you can line, I'm going to line up the bottom like so. And if you get the bottom lined up, then they should all, a little bit of, and if you have that liquid glue on there, you should be able to move things around. But like I said, this is a pretty forgiving project, so you don't have to worry about if things aren't exact. Just don't tell anybody, but you and I will know that it wasn't 100%. And the reason I'm trying to go close to the edge, and you can feel, put it back up, you can feel where the, whoops, where the foam tape is. So you can try to make sure you get it on top of each other. And it doesn't take much. So, because you do want it to keep it kind of like in the same position. That way it doesn't sag. All the layers will kind of be even. Well, I don't think you've ever seen me do a shadow box, have you?
No, I haven't.
Yep. This is the fun part. I was just like, I can't believe I did it. I did it. I did it. So, when I finished it, because, of course I do it twice. Because one is my prototype, just kind of working out the kinks. And I was really happy. I couldn't wait for Willie to see it.
I couldn't get home and get out my clothes quick enough to get comfortable.
Yeah. All right, that takes care of that layer. So that was the white layer, now the red layer, and then we're going to attach the blue layer. And depending on what you find or what project you want to do, you can have like 15, 16 layers. I mean, it just depends on what you're doing with these shadow boxes. And like I said, I like to do my paper box because then I don't have to spend all that money on those shadow boxes. But if you catch it like at your local, say, the frame, the box, if you catch a good sale, then you can stock up. But that's still, and the principles are the same. If I was doing this in a actual shadow box that I purchased from the local craft store, you're going to lay it out the same way. The only difference is that you're going to assure that when you resize your design, that you resize it to the size of that shadow box. Okay, so I could put a little bit more glue. And like I said, this glue is just here to give you a little bit of grace in case you had to pick it up or realign something. So, move that over. Okay, so yep. And then I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to try to get this blue part closest to the bottom as I can. And then hopefully it fall in place.
And you're there.
Yeah.
You're there.
Yeah, and there we go. Got glue on my hands. Alright, and then that's that. So that's the final layer. So we're going to do it one more time. One more time.
And to remember, you own your piece over there.
It's my final.
Open it.
Yeah. So make sure you look at it.
And you go to the back of it to make sure you go to the height of it.
You want me to... It's not going to be seen, though.
Because you got it right here.
Yeah.
And you got it right there. You don't want it to be seen down there.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying. So I'm not going to be able to put it at the bottom. It won't be seen.
Okay, so the shadow will be over it.
Yeah, this will be over it. The base will be over it.
Okay, so it'll still be good.
No, we won't, because yeah, I'll go up a little.
You have to adjust.
I'm gonna have to adjust, but I can't adjust.
Right up on the bottom curve.
Where are you thinking?
Move him. Move him. Right along the bottom curve.
Okay.
As close as you can.
Close as I can to that. Okay. That might.
You don't have to need too much of it. Just up closer.
Closer?
Right there.
Right there? Okay, because you got a better angle in it than I do.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, he continue the way he lives.
Okay. Yeah, we don't want any. You don't want any boo boos. So. Almost. You can see a little bit of red.
That's all right.
Yeah,
it all blend. It all just pops out.
Good. It's all good. It's all good. Looks like a shadow. Yeah. We'll make it work. It'll work. It'll work. Yep, there we go. I'm not. Again, I don't sweat it anymore. It's like, it's not perfect. And I'm like, and then I gotta start all over because it's not perfect. No, just roll with it. Because, you know, if you make this multiple times, you'll get better at it as you go. In business, we used to call that economy of scales. Because as you do things more, you get better at it, more efficient at it. And for economy of scales, it costs less as you manufacture more things. So that's why, like, you can practice. And sometimes your first one is your best one, believe it or not. Okay, and then we're going to do
top.
We're going to line it at the top. So let's turn it. I should have did it from the sides. And sometimes from the side you can line it up better. Oh, you know what I didn't put? A little bit of glue. That way, if I jack up something, it's committed.
Yeah. Now
we can kind of line it up.
Get it on an angle.
Yep. Let's see. Yep, there goes. That's it. It's gonna see at the bottom. Don't even care.
Well, that's gonna be covered.
Don't even care. So let's get our little box back out. Okay, so box is ready. We're gonna put that in there like that. So we're gonna go ahead and put the lid on. So let's do the lid. Hopefully everything will work out. I'm not sure why I'm having so many problems. It should fit. But you never know with me. Having a struggle bus moment right here. Let me see if I can get this in there. I think there's something going on. Okay, there we go. Oh, no. There we go. It's in! Yay! This is my first, this is the first one. So I got 2 of them. So I am extremely pleased with the results of this project. Let me move that out of the way. I think there's something here going on here, and I may have didn't give myself enough room when I glued this in. But in any case, I am so thrilled with the results of this. Willie will probably get the other one since he helped me do it. If you are still with me, please go ahead and comment, like, subscribe. Let's help my channel grow. For this year, I have a modest goal of reaching at least 300 subscribers by the end of June. I know that seems like it's not a lot, but you crawl before you can walk, and I'm just trying to build our channel one step at a time. And I appreciate your support if you're still with me. And this is my tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King for in observance of Martin Luther King Day. And I will talk to you next time with another exciting project. You probably will be seeing me use this concept in another project in the future. Probably I'm thinking something along the lines for Juneteenth. So I'll be on the lookout for something that is appropriate to use this again. So talk to you soon. Take care.